Dating in America is brought to you by Gold and Diamond Source.
The Gold and Diamond Source has been in business for nearly 4 decades and is one of the largest family-owned jewelry stores in America.
We have the largest selection of white and fancy colored diamonds and gemstones you'll find anywhere.
We also have private areas for VIP viewings.
Only at the Gold and Diamond Source.
Everyone has a story to tell. It's my mission to tell it. Unscripted, unedited. We are on the record.
I'm Sarina Fazan, and thank you so much for joining us. Why do I have this huge smile on my face? Because we're talking about love and dating, my favorite topics, and with 3 of my favorite girls. Yay!
Hello.
Okay, let me introduce first our big announcement, Janay Jefferson, who is our new intern.
Hi.
And I've already put her on the show. Larissa Stanley, who is this is like a family show, who's basically my other half here at the studio. Like, I don't know, she's one of my producers. I don't know what I would do without her. And Stephanie Watts, who has become one of my dear friends and even wore heart earrings.
I did.
On the show. Look at, show off those earring girls.
I did.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Let's have a little bit more like, hey, we're dating.
I'm here.
Okay, she's here. Well, so the super, we talk about something called the news super. And I cut it close being here on set today. I mean, I took the wrong exit, and these girls were talking about what the news super should be, and they decided dating disasters. Ooh. Interesting.
Yes.
Should we kick it off with that? Dating disasters.
Sure.
Okay. Well,
I mean, it's a tar and feather ninja warrior free-for-all out there.
it is.
Yeah, and I'm willing participant in there, which kind of makes me question my own sanity at this point.
Okay, you're kidding. All right, so let me, let's start though, because that was a very powerful statement. Janay.
Yes.
Tell us first, what is your personal situation right now?
So right now I am seeing someone. His name's Jeff, and I'm basically obsessed. He knows this. It's fine.
Wow,
Yeah.
this is exciting. Okay, and is Jeff watching?
He should be.
He better be.
He should be. I don't know which camera. He better be.
He better be watching. Okay, how did you meet Jeff?
Actually, we met through the dating app Hinge.
Hinge. Okay, we're going to discuss Hinge a little bit more. Okay, and why you like Hinge.
Mm-hmm.
Larissa Stanley, would you be involved with anybody right now?
No, I would say not. Nope.
Okay. And she is really the reason why we are going to be discussing also a dating disaster, which saved the story. Stephanie Watts, what's your situation?
So I met someone also on a dating site, OkCupid.
Ooh,
a few months ago, and so far so good. It's the longest that I've dated someone in a very long time.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so should we turn to Larissa first and her story?
The dark stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, the dark stuff.
Yes. So what is this? So here you are in the midst of 2 girls here that have found, they're happy right now. But so you have this look on your face.
I mean, I'm good. I'm very fine on my own right now. I'm not actively looking. It would kind of have to slowly evolve and pretty much fall in my lap at this point. But yes, I have had, I would say, 2 in particular dating disasters. One that underestimated my investigative internet skill set.
Oh!
And found out that he was married 2 months later.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I looked up county divorce records and who,
Oh
it
my
was
gosh.
So that was one.
And I want to say that this show is unedited and unscripted, so a lot of the things, that we're just learning at the first time, but before you go into the second one, that is really disturbing. That is out there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So, that was interesting. And then I would say the second interesting one was the date I went on with a very high-profile attorney. I will not name any names, but he was very forward in the fact that he had a thing for peeing on feet.
Did we
And
just
I
say
can
that
do.
out loud? Wait, did you just
I mean,
say that
I
out
can do
loud?
a little role play, but I mean, I'm not into like the jellyfish thing in my feet and you coming to my rescue type of a thing. I'm just, no.
In that case, just cut the foot off.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, just, I'll give you some fake feet and we can pretend, but I don't.
Amazon.
Yeah. Maybe I could just like mold my foot.
Exactly.
And then, that could be like a solution. I don't know. I'll never know. Could be the one that got away.
Could be the one. Okay, I don't think so. Girls, okay, what do you think? Like, after hearing
I don't
these
have
stories?
anything remotely resembling that. I would say, oh no, please, if you do.
No,
Yeah.
I was telling them earlier that when I was a freshman in college, go UCF, okay? I had a suite mate, and she had this other freshman who would pay her money to get her toes done and just extra money if she just took a photo of them and sent it to him.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. 18.
That's
We're all
very
18.
common.
This is what we were doing.
Oh my gosh. So
Yeah, the foot thing is like, it's a thing.
It's big.
so the foot thing is a thing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I am over here in my granny sweater and I have nothing remotely close. I would say my dating disasters are pretty much just people ghosting me.
Oh.
Which is a real thing. And I know that happens on both sides of the coin, but I had someone move that I had been seeing for about 4 months, and he didn't tell me that he moved until after the fact. And then for the past few years, just keeps trying to come back into the picture. And I say no thank you.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
They
so
always
how,
try to come back. They always try to come back.
do you think they always try to come back?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I would say 50% to 75% of the time you hear from them.
And then they have your number, but then they'll rematch you on the freaking app, and it's like, what? It was a disaster the first time.
Block.
Why are you coming back?
No, my best friend, her ex-boyfriend will get apps that has a new number and reach out to her because she blocked his regular cell, but no, he'll get an app and message her through a new one.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Okay,
Yeah,
so we are going on two subjects here because I want to go back. No, because there's so many. Because let's go back to ghosting though first. But I want to hear about all of this too. But about ghosting.
Yeah.
Ghosting is so my friend Allison Kropp, who's no longer. So she's married. I'm so happy. You know what? What is her new last name? She was on.
We were just on.
Yeah, she was just on. And I'm so happy for her. She just got married on March 26th. And she was talking about this guy that she dated, prior, not her, now husband, but this guy that she dated, and they were dating seriously, like for 3 months. I mean, 3 months is a while. Like, you're seeing each other every day, you're having dinner every day. All of a sudden, ghosted her. Does that really happen?
Yes.
I think
really
it says
does.
more about the other person than it
Definitely,
does.
because you're a coward that you can't say,
Yeah.
I don't want to continue this anymore. They don't.
Right.
Right.
It's wild, but it's real.
It's very bizarre.
Sociopathic.
Sociopathic. That's a
I mean,
strong
I
word.
think people need therapy. I mean
Yes.
that genuinely.
No.
And
I'm
actually,
strong
the
believer.
person that ghosted me moved away. He's like, this is something I've been working with my therapist on for years, but I'm like, what sounds like you need to keep working with that
Yes.
therapist.
Yes.
Maybe get a new therapist.
Yes. That will hold you more accountable.
Yes.
So when you guys say ghosting, though, so that means they basically just fall off the face of the earth and you don't hear from them.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think there are a variety of levels where you're like, maybe they slow down and then they breadcrumb you for a while.
Yes.
But I'm done with that. I don't have time
Good.
for that. So, I think we live and learn. But some of them it's as if they just went away completely.
Just stop all communication, just nothing.
Good riddance.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Better off.
You're right.
But, okay, with these ghosters, though, is that what you guys were talking about when you said 50% sometimes have a tendency to come back? Are we talking about the same type of group of
Yes.
people here?
I would say yes.
I would say sometimes it's ghosting, sometimes you could break up and they
Yes.
want to see what you're doing.
And they want
so
to
they'll
come
reach
back,
out.
yeah, after you blatantly said this is not gonna work, and it was just all over the place, and then they'll come back.
It's like
For
they know
more.
you're happy and they're like, oh, let me move back in.
Yes.
No, wait, okay, so.
Yes.
And are most of these
It's kind of the
these
definition of insanity. We've got a lot of that.
right? Okay,
It's like Stranger Things and the Upside Down.
So most of these ghosters that you guys are talking about now, are these people you typically meet online, or could this be anybody?
It could be anyone, but most of the time now it's online.
Yes, that's just how you meet people,
Right,
I would say in general.
And it's easier to do, online. I would suggest.
Very easy.
And people that, I mean, we're talking grown-up men, like 40 plus. Who,
But are they grown?
Well,
That's just an age.
that's a-
Age is just an
What does
age,
that
a
mean?
number.
But if they actually give you the courtesy of ending things, it is usually by text, if you are lucky enough to get something at all.
Wow.
And I think back to like 20 years ago, going on a date, or 15 years ago, if someone was going to have like a breakup conversation, it would probably be over dinner, or at least in person, or by phone. And I think that's gone out the window.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Janay is so, like, how old are you, honey bun?
22.
22. All right, so she was, but in your generation, so much, you've always had the phone, and
Yes.
you've always had the, all the electronic stuff. Does anybody have the courtesy anymore, though, to break up in person?
No, it's always through text. If you're lucky, a phone call,
What?
rarely 1 out of 1,000.
yeah.
But I was seeing this guy before I met my boyfriend like a year ago. And we went on like a couple dates, and then I just texted him very politely, like, hey, this isn't gonna work. I think we're just two different people. And then he got so mad, he sent a peace sign. That's all he said. But I was very polite about it. I'm like, because we only been on 2 dates. So I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I don't think this is gonna work. But he was mad. I just started laughing.
I mean, a 2-date, text. Text is good.
Like, 2 dates, okay, I can understand.
Yeah.
You write the text. But, okay, but you... Would you say it nowadays it's always through text?
It's always through text.
What?
It's
What?
always through text.
Oh my gosh.
Look at all of us.
Like, we gotta have some communication and confrontation skill set,
No, Gen Zers are on a whole different level. We're in the wild. I don't know what we're doing, but it's through
Lord.
text.
It's through text, like not even the common courtesy though of even a phone call.
Maybe if you make it to a year, you will get a phone call.
Because they don't use they use the phone. These are people,
Yeah.
right? Men are not using the phone, and I think that's maybe true of all, like maybe Gen Z and millennials in general.
But I feel like if the longer you date, the longer the text message will be.
But
So
what
maybe
about-
if you date 6 months, it'll be a long.
Can I just suggest maybe like a FaceTime or like a Zoom, maybe a Teams meeting?
But if it's a fake
2022, I like
Let's get on board. Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, so Larissa's sitting here, like, as am I, to be honest with you guys, in shock about even in a year, it's the generation. We love your generation. I'm not saying, this is like my child's, and she's 14, but I could easily have a child your age, right? So, take it over, girl. Take it over. The whole texting thing.
I had a breakup with someone, a very nice guy. Our activity levels were not the same, and he was much more introverted. But I did have a face-to-face conversation with him, a very honest conversation after a couple of months, and he was like, you know what, that's like the nicest breakup I've ever had.
Wow.
And we've remained friends and wish each other well and on each other's Facebook and stuff like that. It's
That's
just really
great.
nice.
That's
too,
nice.
That's
So I think
mature.
that's like, if people handled it that way more, then there wouldn't be so much ghosting and fear of rejection and not understanding the reasoning why, I think so many people are just emotionally not in tune with themselves, and if they're not understanding who they are and they're not secure with themselves, then they're just going to be trying to fill a void.
Exactly.
So I think that more communication, more honesty, authenticity, it comes from clear communication, about what you expect from a relationship, about what the other person expects from the relationship. And nobody's going to get there if you're just like, ghosting and texting and, not being honest about why the relationship didn't progress.
And I hope that does not hurt your feelings about.
No, you are speaking to the choir. I would never.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, we have so much more to talk about. Can you believe that we're already at 15 minutes, and so we need to go to the break. See?
Oh, it went
I
fast.
know, it's so fun. I'm telling you, dating in America. Oh my gosh.
I know, you never know what's going to come. It's a rainbow of conversational candy for your listening ears.
And with that, we're going to go to a break. We'll be right back.
Thinking about getting engaged, planning to upgrade your wedding ring, or finally getting that Rolex?
The Gold and Diamond Source can help you in many ways.
You can start a layaway plan for only 10% down and 6 monthly payments.
Take advantage of our 3 to 5 year interest-free finance.
Or you can trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase.
Come to the Gold and Diamond Source and find that perfect gift for the ones you love.
Emily is an affordable gold and diamond jewelry line. It really hits any price point between $150 to $1,000. Anyone can afford it, anyone can wear it. You can stack it just like bracelets. But it is a really beautiful line, and it's nice because it's just a good starter piece. You know, you don't want jewelry that's going to turn your skin green. You're going to want jewelry that can have value and last you a lifetime, and that's what Emily has to offer.
Enough money gets what he
Welcome
wants.
back, guys. We are here. Dating in America is the topic today. I'm here with Janay Jefferson, Larissa Stanley, Stephanie Watts.
Hello.
And look out, okay, Steph, look at you. What you even said, I think your sweater is lovely.
Thank you.
Yes,
It's Target.
You
I
look
love
so
it.
beautiful.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
with your heart earrings
Thank you,
and everything.
thank you.
I love it.
Thank you.
So, we've talked about many interesting things in the first half about breaking up through text, ghosting, and even feet fetishes. Even feet fetishes. Let's now talk about apps. Let's talk about apps a little bit. And let's start with you with this. What is Okcupid? I've never heard of this app.
Okay, so I don't know. I assume it's been around probably as long as most of the others. What I like about Okcupid is that people answer a laundry list, a series of questions, if they choose to. I think I've answered or had answered, I don't have the app anymore, but like 500 questions, which is a lot.
Question.
You can answer like over 1,000. Some people, you have to answer, I think, like 20.
That's another
So you're paired with someone, like with a group of people, and it tells you your match percentage. But then you can also read people's answers if they chose to make them public. So what I loved about it is it gave me an opportunity to get to know someone before even having a conversation with them and seeing, like, are there huge differences that we have, or are there anything that's like an absolute no for me? Like, believe it or not, there are hygiene questions, like how often do you shower? And sometimes that wasn't every day, and for me that would be like it's just different.
Just like a little.
You could explain it in your answer, but if you have to explain it, you're wrong. So I liked that. I think I had the best experience with it because it just really helped me get to know people on a different level before even having a conversation with them.
And so that is how you met the current person that you're dating right now. So, so when Larissa was whispering underneath, and she's like, "That's a job itself." It sounds like in this case it was worth the research.
Yes,
it was.
Yeah.
So Okcupid has been your best experience.
Completely. Like, no question.
I might switch off. Apparently, I need to switch off of Bumble with, foot fetishes and
Bumble is terrible.
Yes. So you are online dating too. Your go-to app is Bumble.
Bumble, I did Match.com, and just like anyone can bombard you with anything, and that was a disaster. So I was like, oh, too much. And then I tried Tinder, and that lasted for 6 hours because my sister recommended it because the first person that she met on Tinder, they've been together for like 10 years. The very first
that's
person.
unheard of.
So she was like,
beginning.
It was like, don't count it out. And so then I went in it, and I was like, no. And so
why is it no? Is it really just that?
I mean, there was like thousands of within a 24-hour period, it was like maybe 4,000 people that had responded. And it was just some, interesting requests and messages and profiles, and I was just like, oh, done.
So then you turned to Match.
And then I like Bumble because you both have to match each other, and not just anybody can message you. So it's it's tame. It's not like bombarding or, pressuring or stifling. But then at the same time, there's these, you'll get into a conversation with someone and you'll be responsive, and then I'll get busy, like during a work day, and I might not respond for 24 hours. And I have had people after like 3 days of talking, and they're like, oh, well, I guess you're just not interested. And then like leave it, and then in the match, and I'm like, well, now I'm not. I mean, I'm not here to babysit your feelings, so thanks for landing that one.
Right, no. Because
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that could be a red flag already.
Oh, yeah, it's a huge red flag. Oh, yeah.
For sure.
So it weeds them out easy.
Okay, so weeds them out. All right, so OkCupid, Bumble, and now Hinge.
Yes.
Can you tell us about
Okay, so basically how Hinge works is you make almost like a social media profile where you post your photos, you have prompts you can answer to, and then after you make like your matching of like, okay, your age, what you want, anyone can look at your profile and they can like a photo, like a prompt. And then what I liked about Hinge was you get to see who liked your profile.
Oh.
So if you like a prompt, you can respond to it. So what I would do, good thing being pretty, you can just look through your likes and be like, oh, I like them. No. I liked the control of that.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So it's through Hinge you met your guy.
Yes.
Okay. So tell us how that happened. So you guys liked each.
I was telling my best friend this. I was legit hanging out with her, and I'm like, oh, do you think he's cute? Because I'm kind of feeling it. And she's like, you do you. So I just swiped right. Nothing of it. I thought, oh, he's hot, whatever. And then he messages me that night, and I was like, oh wow. So I respond pretty quickly, and then he hit me back. And what responsiveness is a big deal for me. That's my solidifier of like if he's worth it. And he responded quick, and he gave me like a significant amount where we could have a conversation.
Absolutely.
Because so many times on these apps, guys will say like 5 words and pretty much expect you to carry the whole thing. It's awful.
Really?
But he was contributing.
Wow. Okay, so do you guys all agree with that? That usually a lot of times it's the girl that has to carry it?
Yes.
And then I just unmatch.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
if it's like, hey, how are you? Like I would be like, okay, thank you. Like the end.
I can tell like in 3-4 sentences, and then I'm like, all right, done.
Yes.
Guys, okay, so believe me, when I worked in traditional news and online dating had just started, I did a whole series on it. Like at first, at the very beginning it was like, oh gosh, online dating, is it taboo? And I'm like, no, it's not taboo at all. That's the way people are dating. So many more people are dating through these dating apps and getting married, as we've seen. And now, we have 2 couples here. But is there such a thing still as organic love, like organic living?
I've gone on dates from like dating in the wild as well. It is. It's harder. It's harder to meet people. I would say, like in my work, in my industry, it tends to be a lot of females, and I'm interested in dating males. So there's not a lot of people that I end up meeting or encountering. I go like in my day to day. I do think it does happen, but it's not probably the chosen way, or the by the numbers. You're going to have a far better chance of meeting more people online.
What do you say to that, Larissa?
I mean, I think there's still room for organic connection, and I don't know, I've been on the apps for a while. Right now I'm really just not in that headspace. Like I go back and forth and everything, so I think at this point it would have to be something organic, something slow built, an acquaintance and a friend or something, and then perhaps something builds up from there.
And you have no worries on that end, because I love and have set up.
Oh no! Oh my God!
8 couples that have gotten married. And since she is one of my producers, I'm introduced. Like I have a show. We have launching a show called CEO 360. We are launching a sports show. Then we have my On the Record show. I bring her everywhere. So don't you worry. I bring her to all these events, and I'm looking. So you could be the exception to the rule on the organic thing. Yes.
Yeah, it's hard for me just to dive right in, because I have so many other things. I have kids, I have work. Those are my priorities. And so I'm not really going to make someone a priority based off of bullet points that I see, you know, on a dating. It's going to take time for me to know if I want to invest my time. You know, I'm goal oriented, and if it's not worth my time, not to say that they're not worthy of time, but if it's not a match, then I'm not going to invest a lot of my time into it, and it takes time to know if that person is you know, a good match to do that.
And you know, and honestly, that's great, because if you look for it, oftentimes, I think you don't find it. It's when you least expect it, when love can just walk through the door.
I agree with that, yeah.
100%, right?
I agree.
And then Janay, though, what do you think about the organic meeting?
I'm 100% against it, because when I am out
For generation.
and someone comes up to me, I'm immediately turned off. I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, I'm here to go to H&M. Why are you trying to talk to me? Or I'm trying to get my boba. What are you trying to do?
Wow.
I do not like it. I really don't trust it.
That's so funny, the different perspectives, because I get annoyed when someone is texting me at work and they're sending me like a biography of who they are and they expect me to respond. I'm like, don't you have things to do? You know, I mean, and then I'll read it and I don't have time. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, and then I'll go home and I'll forget to respond because I'm busy, and then the next day they're like, oh, it takes you so long to respond. I'm like, well, you know.
Why are you sending me a biography?
I know.
Just meet
I know.
for a drink or like
Exactly.
something very
I'm
casual,
not meeting
coffee.
someone until I vet them out. They've
Our little investigator.
Yeah, we gotta vet this out before I take time out of my day to go meet you.
Well, this has been fascinating, especially learning, you know, from this generation right here, right? So, believe it or not, we're almost out of time. So I'm going to ask this last question. Do you guys, though, believe in true love?
Yes, I definitely do. I mean, looking at my parents, they've been married 30 years, and then I have my Auntie Luan and Uncle Tony. They are obsessed with each other. Honestly, if they ever break up, I'm done with love. But seeing how they interact, it's like, oh wow, love is real.
And let's put this on the record. We want your mom and dad.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm working on that.
Thank you. Thank you. That is one of your assignments.
Yes.
To get your parents on here.
I'm going to wear them down.
You're going to wear them down, and we're going to love having them on the show. Larissa, do you believe in true love?
I do. I think my my ideas of it have changed over time and become more realistic. And I think you know, it's less about the initial chemistry and the, you know, newness of it, and it's more about diving deep into who the person actually is. Are they thoughtful? Do they have a growth mindset? Are they willing to, you know, change with you over time? You know, those are important things to me. So
Realism.
it's a realistic approach, and to me, I believe that is actually, you know, real true love.
Steph, what about you in our last 20 seconds?
I do as well. Yeah.
You believe in true love as well?
I do. I've seen it. It's real.
I believe it too. So if you're single and you are looking for love, even though there might be some dating disaster stories and some strange feet fetish stories, I also believe in love. So speaking of that, guys, if you have a love story or if you want to be on Dating in America, please reach out to us and email us. Email the SFN team. You can also share this show on multiple platforms.
Yes.
Here we are, right here. And we're also now on Roku, and there's many more sites that are coming. We're very excited about that. And again, I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Like and subscribe.
Subscribe, and comment on this.
Yes.
Comment.
We would love to hear
Let us
it.
know.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. And maybe, who knows, the two of you guys might be back on A Love in America. I have hope for you too, girl. I'm going to be streaming your engagement when you get engaged, but we need to find the guy first.
We'll leave it on a high note.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Bye.
First-time diamond buyers should feel comfortable coming here because our selection at the Golden Diamond Source is as large as you can imagine. So they don't have to worry about going to a store and feeling pressured about buying something. We educate them and they can make the right choice based on what's important to them.